3.5 million years ago, the vast plains of Africa weren't just home to our early ancestors, the Australopithecines. They were a world teeming with giants. Imagine mammoths with tusks longer than a car, saber-toothed cats with teeth like daggers, and birds so large they could look a human in the eye. In this incredible world, a truly remarkable event might have taken place, a story of compassion that bridges millions of years, connecting us to a very distant, very different kind of human. This is the story of how our tiny ancestors may have saved a giant. Our story begins in Latole, Tanzania. It's a name you might know. It's where, in 1978, paleontologist Mary Leakey discovered a set of fossilized footprints preserved in volcanic ash for millions of years. These weren't just any footprints. They belonged to Australopithecus afarensis, the same species as the famous Lucy. They showed us, unequivocally, that our ancestors walked upright on two legs, long before their brains grew large. But the Latole tracks held another secret, one that was overlooked for decades. In 2011, another team of researchers revisited the site, and there, just a short distance from the first set of prints, they found more. But these were different. They were enormous. The creature that made them was estimated to stand nearly 5.5 feet tall and weigh around 100 pounds. For a time when the average Australopithecus male was barely 4.5 feet tall, this was a giant. Who was this mysterious individual? The footprints were clearly hominin, meaning they belonged to a member of the human family tree. But their size was baffling. Was it a completely different species of giant hominin we've never discovered? Or was it just an unusually large Australopithecus male? The footprints told another stranger story. The giant's gait was abnormal. One foot was crossing over the other as he walked, a sign that he was injured or walking with some difficulty. He was moving slowly, deliberately. This wasn't the confident stride of a healthy individual. This was someone struggling to get by. In the dangerous world of the Pliocene, being injured and slow was a death sentence. Predators, like Dinophalus, a powerful saber-toothed cat, were always lurking. So how did this injured giant survive? This is where our small ancestors, the Australopithecines, re-enter the picture. The smaller set of footprints, belonging to at least 4 other individuals, were found walking in the same direction at the same time as the giant. They were a group, traveling together. It's highly probable they were a social unit, a family. Think about it. A slow, injured member would have been a liability to the group. They would have slowed everyone down, making the entire group more vulnerable to attack. The logical survival Luvoifitis thing to do would have been to leave him behind, but they didn't. The footprints suggest they stayed with him. They walked together at his pace, across that wet volcanic ash. This wasn't just a random stroll. They were traveling as a unit, a cohesive group. This simple act of walking together implies something profound. They were protecting him. In a group, they had a better chance of fending off predators. They had more eyes and ears to watch for danger. They were, in essence, a support system for their injured companion. This is more than just instinct. It's a hint of empathy, of compassion. It's the beginning of what we now call humanity. Why would they do this? Why risk their own lives for one individual? Perhaps the giant was an important member of the group. Maybe he was a dominant male, a protector whose knowledge of the landscape and survival skills were invaluable, even when injured. His experience could have been the key to the group's survival, making him worth the risk. Or maybe, just maybe, it was something simpler. Maybe he was family. A father, a brother, a mate. The bonds of kinship are powerful, and they might have been strong enough to override the cold calculus of survival. This scene, frozen in time for 3.5 million years, gives us a powerful glimpse into the social lives of our earliest ancestors. It challenges the old idea of early humans as brutish, selfish creatures, concerned only with their own survival. Instead, it paints a picture of a socially complex, cooperative species. They understood the value of the group, knew that their strength lay not in individual might, but in their ability to work together to support one another. This cooperative spirit is what allowed our ancestors to thrive in a hostile world. It's the same spirit that allowed us, Homo sapiens, to eventually spread across the entire globe. The giant's story doesn't end there. We don't know if he recovered from his injury. We don't know how much longer he lived. The tracks just stop. But what he left behind is a legacy of compassion. He shows us that the roots of human kindness run deep, deeper than we ever imagined. The decision of that small band of Australopithecines to stick by their injured friend is an echo of the care we show each other today. It's in the way a parent tends to a sick child, the way friends support each other through tough times, the way communities rally to help those in need. This single moment in deep time is a testament to the fact that looking out for one another is not a modern invention. It's a fundamental part of who we are. It's a survival strategy that has served our lineage for millions of years. The giant of Laetoli and his loyal companions remind us that even in a world of monsters and immense danger, the most powerful force of all might just have been the simple act of walking together. It's a beautiful thought, isn't it? That the journey of humanity began not just on 2 feet, but with a helping hand. So the next time you hear about our ancient ancestors, don't just picture primitive ape men. Picture a family, a community, walking together across the African savanna. Picture them facing down their fears, not alone, but as one. And picture them slowing their pace, risking their lives to make sure no one was left behind. Because in that single act, we can see the very first sparks of the compassion that defines us today. The story of our evolution is not just about bigger brains and better tools. It's also the story of a growing heart. Thanks for joining me on this incredible journey back in time. If you found this story as fascinating as I do, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into our amazing human story. Let me know in the comments what you think about the giant of Laetoli. Was it compassion or just smart survival? See you in the next video.